Looking at both his hands, our hero starts thinking, looks like I can't keep it a secret anymore. Oh well, I've enjoyed it fully anyways. Over the past year, I've lost count of how many beast marrow fluid and high-energy substances I've absorbed. Anyway, the blood pill master endlessly shatters and condenses over and over again. While the immortal cells have been multiplying like crazy, now their number has already reached 183. While thinking so much, fire starts burning in the hands of our hero, and looking at the fire, he smiles and thinks again, 9 times the number from the past year. The number really skyrocketed. In the past, I can already kill martial saints, now I don't even dare to imagine. But my body has also reached its limit. Stellar paths now cover every inch of me. If I want to obtain more immortal cells, I must reach level 9, and use the power of heaven and earth to shatter the shackles of my current stellar immortal physique. But level 9, I cannot even reach the step of fusing my essence, energy and spirit into a furnace, let alone construct a martial avatar or imprint my own martial path, because my foundation is simply too vast. After thinking so much, our hero starts thinking about martial Saint Zhao Jai. For example, Zhao Jai only needed 3 lumps of dough together, simple and effortless. But for me, I have to mold 3 massive steel spheres. No, suns, I have to mold 3 suns into one, and I can't increase the volume. It can be said that without flames burning at millions of degrees and pressure multiplied 10,000 times over, success is impossible. I need pressure. Unimaginable and unparalleled pressure. Only under the most extreme combat conditions can I complete this step. This isn't something a mere martial saint can provide. While our hero was thinking all this in his dream world, he suddenly notices that inside the lab Nepsin and Lucia are arguing with each other about something. After seeing them, our hero thinks, Nepsin seems to have reached his limit. Looks like it's time to head out and find some real pressure. After all, we've been together for a whole year. It's only fitting to grant the devout Nepsin's wish of a god descending. And on the other hand, outside the research institute, some people are attacking its gate so that they can go inside. Seeing their attack going waste, they get very angry, and then one of them says, Nepsin, are you committing treason? I'm gonna skin you alive for daring to activate the highest defense system. Seeing his boss so angry, his colleague standing next to him asks his boss, what should we do now? Then he replies to him saying, I will go notify Lord Harold. Only he has the key to the research institute. Once we have the key, we would be able to immediately open the door. And as soon as he says this, his friends become very happy and start saying that this is a very good thing. Then the moment shifts, and we see that 10 minutes before, at the border of Golden Ring Island, 2 yellow lights fall from the sky to the ground, and there is smoke all around. Then a girl standing a little distance away starts saying, Welcome, my lords. Marshal Saint Harold has led all the top fighters off the island. Now, only the secondary fighters are left. And after the girl says this, as soon as the smoke clears, we see that there are 2 people there, and one of them starts smiling while pressing his hands, and he also has wings, and is standing next to him is relaxing and smoking a cigarette. Then one of them smilingly says, Ray, your plan worked, and on hearing his words, Ray answers him and says, This is the first collaboration between the Dark Star and the Black Demon Society. It's a pleasure working with you. By the time Harold reacts, the entire Golden Ring Island will have already turned into a wasteland. During the Black Demon Society's operation to kill Lu Sheng, they lost half of their top fighters. Hence, instead of losing out to Ring and Dark Star during the battle for the energy crystal, they decided to deal the first blow. They will first strike a heavy blow to the headquarters of Ring Seal, then split the extra profits with Dark Star in an 8-20 ratio. This way, not only can they stop the losses, but they might even make a small profit. As for the news about the new crystal source, it was all deliberately leaked as part of the plan. And after saying this, Ray tells his friend, Let's go and turn this Ring Seal base upside down. I already can't wait to see the mix of shock and rage on his face when he gets back. Then the moment shifts, and we see that inside the lab, the surveillance system was showing something dangerous. Lucy gets very scared and tells the professor. They went to look for Lord Harold to get the key. What should we do? After saying this, as soon as Lucia asked the professor what should we do now, The professor started thinking a bit and said, "What should we do?" And after saying this, the professor looked towards our hero and said, "What else can we do? I've already invested everything. Do you hear this heartbeat? It's getting louder." Having said this, the professor bows down our hero and starts requesting him that God, please get up as soon as possible and save us. And as soon as Lucia sees in the surveillance that only 15% of her defense system is left, she goes to the professor and puts her hand on his shoulder and tells him, "Professor, it's almost time for the protection to be automatically released. There's only 15% of the time left." On hearing Lucia's words, the professor's face starts sweating, and then he asks Lucia whether everything is going to end now, and then suddenly we see that the box in which our hero is locked breaks suddenly, and on seeing this, the professor and Lucia get very shocked, and the very next moment our hero opens his eyes and his eyes appear completely blue. Then he uses his magical power and wears all his clothes, and on seeing our hero doing this, the professor and Lucia are left with open mouths, and then Lucia says, "What the hell, the god really revived." And after seeing our hero alive, the professor starts saying to our hero, "Almighty God, you've finally awakened. Welcome. Your brilliance will illuminate the entire world." After listening to the professor, our hero says to him, "Nepson, you did a good job. I know everything that you have done to keep me alive." And on hearing our hero's words, the professor becomes very happy and starts saying, "I was acknowledged by the god. It's all worth it. My entire life is all worth it." After listening to the professor, our hero shows him a pink-colored crystal and asks him that you called this thing an energy crystal, right? And after listening to our hero, the professor starts saying, "Yes, this is a valuable treasure that can make a level 9 martial saint go crazy for it. The energy it contains is unimaginably huge. This little bit in your hand is equivalent to a small nuclear reactor." After listening to the professor, our hero puts the crystal in his pocket and thinks, "No wonder my immortal cells suddenly increase by 7. This tiny thing is very interesting. I will keep one as a sample." And after thinking so much, our hero picks up the phone lying on the table and says to the professor, "Thank you for keeping me alive." And on hearing our hero's words, the professor says, "It is my good fortune that I kept you alive, but God, what is your name?" Then our hero tells him his name and says that "My name is Lu Sheng." And as soon as our hero picks up the phone and starts walking, Lucia says in the professor's ear, "Professor, why do I feel that this god is a bit weird?" And after listening to Lucia, the professor gets a bit surprised. Then Lucia shows the professor that look, God is taking his photo. And after showing this much, Lucia starts telling him he's not ancient at all, and he's even familiar with using a phone to take a selfie. My goodness, ancient gods who just revived know how to take selfies. After taking his photo, our hero notices that something is not right outside, and on noticing this, he starts saying, "There's 2 level 9 martial saints massacring martial artists, and another level 9 martial saint is rushing here from very far away." And after our hero says this, the professor and Lucia are very surprised, and both of them are left with open mouths. Then the professor asks, "What did you say?" And as soon as he says this, we see that a red light starts glowing in the whole room. Suddenly, seeing all this happening, the professor flies in front of our hero with folded hands and starts saying, "God Sheng, I beg you, please save Gold Ring Island, please save Ring Seal." Seeing the professor doing this, our hero starts leaving from there and says, "Nepson, this is your first wish." Chapter ends here.